Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om. Gananahum tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavina Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana Shrinvandudipissi Dasadanam Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Parjanta Vande Shri Guru Paramparam Om Shri Shankaracharya Swamine Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhavatu Sahadirham Karavavahai Tejasvi Navaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Namaste Mahodaya. Srimati Bhagini. Srimati Bhagini. Leena Mehul Dama Bhagini.
Yes, Bhagini. Yada yada hi dharmasya Nirбhavati Bharata Abhyuthanama Dharmasya Tadatmanam Srujamyaham.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
Namaste Mahodaya.
Namaste.
Paritrāṇāya sadhūnām vināṣāya ca duṣkrutām dharma samsthapanārthāya sambhavāmi yuge yuge.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Janma karma cha me divyam evayo vedi tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna.
Lalita Ramachandran Bhagini.
Yes, Mahodaya. Vitarāgabhayakrodāha mannaya mamripāshritāha bahavo jnana tapasā yathamādbhāvamāgataha.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
Namaste Mahodaya.
Namaste.
Ye yadha mam prapadyante tamstadhaiva bhajamyaham mama vatmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha.
Okay, we read up to this Shloka last week when we had our classes. Just I'll quickly recap. This is Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya. In this Shloka, Bhagavan says that whenever there is a decline in terms of the Dharma, then he will be taking avatara. Whenever the adharma goes up, when Dharma is having a decline, he takes an avatara of himself. And his avatara, and what is the reason for his avatara? Paritranaya sadhunam, in order to take care of the dharmis and also ensure that the adharmis are converted into dharma, or they have to be appropriately handled, and then re-establishment of dharma. He says that he will be coming up yuge yuge, or whenever there is a need for him to take an avatara, he says he comes. Next shloka we studied was the Janma Karma Ja Me Divyam. He says that my birth as well as whatever work I do is all divine. It is not that he is born as a person like any other human being. He is born divine. He desires to be born and he is born divine. And whoever knows him to be divine, and whoever knows that his work is all, the karma, whatever he is doing is all divine, those people, they say they will merge with me whenever they Jaktva Deham Punarjanma. Whenever these people die, they give up their body. They don't take a reborn and they come and merge with me. There's one more understanding of this shloka is that people who are jnanis, they know their Atma. When they know their Atma, they know that they are not the doer, the body-mind complex is the doer, and they are Paramartha Swarupam themselves. They know that. So once they know that the Karta is not them. Karta is not the Atma. Karta is only the body-mind complex, and they are Parameshwara Swarupam. When these people know that they are Parameshwara Swarupam, they are also able to identify Krishna by his work that he is also a Parameshwara Swarupam. Rather, they will be able to see every one of us as Parameshwara Swarupam. Only thing is that we are all jivas. We are all governed by the kind of a cloud which separates us from the Atma because of our own body-mind complex and other attributes because of the body-mind complex. So they are able to identify Lord Krishna in his work, and also they are able to see him because they themselves are jnani, and they know that their Atma and Krishna's Atma is same, which means that there's nothing for them. They are just going to merge with the Atmas are same. It's only Sarvatma. Everybody is having the same Parameshwara Swarupam inside the Atma. Because they know that they are just going to merge with Lord Krishna. That's what he's telling about this. So if you look at that way, anybody who is self-realized soul will know that he is same as the Brahman. So even if Brahma is in front of him, he knows that it is the same, his Brahma, that it is only himself. It is not something new. So for him, Bhagavan and the self are same. So that is another meaning that we need to take out of this particular shloka. The next shloka that we did was that, of course, people who are going to be free from raga, bhaya, krodha, and they are the people who they are able to always dwell in me, think about me. They will be able to merge with me. Madbhava magataha. They are all jnana tapasaha. They are all always in the doing jnana, and they are putaha. Their entire sin is all washed away. And lot of such people have come into me. They have become me. That's what he says. Bahavaha jnana tapasaha putaha. After puta, that is after getting their sins cleansed up, they have become me itself. Madbhava magataha. So there are a lot of people who have been able to merge with the same Brahman, Parabrahman. Then what he is telling is that, next shloka we saw that whatever way they are, ye yatama prapatyati, whichever way they worship, I bless them in the same way. So whatever way they worship, I bless them. Here also he says that somebody is worshipping me for the sake of money, I ensure that I'm going to provide them with money. Somebody is asking for a fame, I give them the fame because I am Bhagavan. Ultimate of everything is me. Money, Shri, I am the ultimate. Okay. Aishwaryam, overlordship, I am the ultimate. Then Yashas, Kirti, I am the ultimate. So I am the ultimate. So whichever path they take, whether the path of money or path of power, they are only in the path of me. Because they are praying for money, then they are only getting into the path of money and then trying to join me. So whichever path they take, they are only in the path towards me. Mama Vartmana Vartante Manushyaha Partha Sarvashaha. So this is what we have completed last week. Now we'll go to this week.
Sharada Rajan Bhagini.
Kangshantah karmanam siddhim.
काङ्क्षं तत्कर्मणां सिद्धिं काङ्क्षं तत्कर्मणां सिद्धिं
Yajanta iha devataha.
यजन्त इह देवताः यजन्त इह देवताः
Kangshantah karmanam siddhim. Yajanta iha devataha.
काङ्क्षं तत्कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः काङ्क्षं तत्कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः.
Good. Next.
Srimati Bhagini.
Kshipram
Mahodaya.
manushe loke.
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके
Siddham सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा
सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा.
Good. Next.
Sharat
Thank
Chavan
you.
Mahodaya.
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः
काक्षन्त कर्मणा सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः काङ्क्षन्त कर्मणा सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः.
Next.
Sri Lakshmi HR Bagini.
क्षिप्रं
नमस्ते
हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा.
Good. Next.
K Lalita Bagini.
The first line 2 times.
Yes, sir. Kankshant karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataha कांक्षन्त कर्मणा सिद्धिं
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मण तः should come काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं
कांक्षन्तः कर्मणा सिद्धिं. करेक्ट सर.
correct
कांक्षन्तः कर्मणा सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः कांक्षन्तः कर्मणा सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः.
good next
Veena Fani Shri Bagini.
second line 2 times
नमस्ते महोदय.
नमस्ते
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा.
good next
Anupama Bhatt Bagini.
both the lines once
काङ्क्षतः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा.
can you chant the first line once
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः.
yeah next
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bagini.
नमस्ते सर.
नमस्ते
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा.
good next
Lakshmi Bibi Bagini.
Yes. काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा.
good next
Rajalakshmi Bagini.
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्ते
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा.
okay, good one more person and we'll go to the meeting
Mrinalini Gopalan Bagini.
अस्तु काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा.
okay now in this shloka he talks about the limitations in terms of our own prayers. Okay, limitation in the sense is that all of us do prayer to the God. Okay, whenever every day we do prayer, and most of the prayers are centered around our worldly activities. You can just think about it yourself. I do not want to elaborate on that. Most of them will all be only primarily somebody will think, somebody will go and pray Saraswati for getting a very good knowledge and then very good education. So they go to, when they have exam time, they go there and then they go to Saraswati, Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini, they pray Saraswati and go. When they want to start a small job, they do not want to have any hurdles. So they say, which is that Gananam Twa or Vakratunda Mahakaya Nirvignam Kurvedeva. So we say that let this there be no obstacle. Then somebody will say that Mahalakshmi, Mahadevi, Vishnupati, Tanno Lakshmi Prachodhyate. So Lakshmi, I want to have this Lakshmi. So we always have a limited expectation whenever we do prayer. You just think about it. I think you'll be able to have your own assessment of what is that you pray God for. But what Bhagavan says is that everybody is asking only a limited things for their requirement in life, whereas the purpose of human life is for them to achieve the Brahman itself. I am available as Brahman and they can merge with me. I am available. So what is happening is that everybody is only asking for small things and then they pray me. So Kangshantaha, desirous of results, Karmanam Siddhim, they are doing some action. They want that action to be siddhi, they're successful. So, Kangshantaha karmanam siddhim, yajanta iha devataha. They start praying different types of devatas in the world. Okay, somebody will pray Hanuman first, Buddhir Balam, Shodhir, Nirpit Marohada. So, Bayam, I want to get rid of, I want to have Balam. Then somebody will pray for Hayagriva Swami, which is that. Jnananandamayam Devam Nirvana Sparikakadim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagriva Bhavashvai. They want Vidya, so they pray to Hayagriva. So everybody has got a limited expectation, limited thing that they pray, and they pray one of the deities. Somebody will, then Ayyappa season will come, they'll all pray to Ayyappa, and then they'll pray for a lot of things. So he says that everybody has got a very limited expectation, and with that karma that they do, they want to have a siddhi, desirous of success in that karma. They pray that specific God, and for those people, Shipram hi Manushe Loke, in this world, I ensure that they are able to be blessed with whatever they are asking immediately. But only problem is that they are only asking for the minimal things in life. Rather, a karma yogi is the only person who will say that try to give me that kind of capability for having a kartavyam attitude and karma yoga attitude, so that I am able to gain jnana, so that I can get moksha. So that is the kind of blessing that I can also give to people, but people are not coming with that kind of expectation. They are only asking for small things. Give me this, I want to own this one, please bless me with that kind of a thing. So he says that everybody is asking for a very, very limited expectation in this entire creation, what I can offer to them, which I ensure that they are all fully taken care of. I bless them with that immediately, but they are still not looking at it at a higher perspective of asking me itself, I want to become you, give me that jnana. That he says that people are not looking at it. That's what he's telling, that I am taking care of everything. And he says that people do not seek Ishvara because of their fascination with very quick results. Small things, quick results, they are fascinated. So they are not at all seeking Ishvara. That's what he's telling in this particular verse. Okay, next.
Usha Srinivasan Bagini.
Yes, sir.
Chaturvanyam maya srushtam.
Sorry, sir. Tell me once again.
Varnam, 4 varnam irukku. We got 4 varnas. No, so Chaturvanyam.
Varnyam. Okay.
Chaturvanyam.
Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam.
Gunakarma vibhagashah.
Gunakarma vibhagashah. Gunakarma vibhagashah.
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः
नेक्स्ट
रीना मेहुल दामा भगिनी
तस्य कर्तारमपि मां
तस्य कर्तारमपि मां तस्य कर्तारमपि मां
विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम् विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम् तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
गुड नेक्स्ट
ललिता रामचंद्रन भगिनी
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः
ललिता रामचंद्रन भगिनी कृष्ण पावनी भगिनी ओके
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः
नेक्स्ट
कृष्ण पावनी भगिनी
नमस्ते महोदय
नमस्ते तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम् तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
गुड नेक्स्ट
साई लक्ष्मी भगिनी
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागशः चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागशः
गुड नेक्स्ट
लक्ष्मी बीवी भगिनी
सेकंड लाइन 2 times
Yes, sir. Tasya kartaramaphi mam vidyakर्तारमव्ययम् tasya kartaramaphi mam vidyakर्तारमव्ययम्
good next
श्री लक्ष्मी HR भगिनी
the 2 lines once
Yes, sir. चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
next
के ललिता भगिनी
the 2 lines once
Yes, sir. चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
good next
शारदा राजन भगिनी
both the lines
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्
good next
श्रीमती भगिनी
Yes, Mother.
the 2 lines together
Yes. Chaturvarnayam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha tasya kartaramapi mam vidyakartaramavyayam.
and the first line again
चातुर्वर्णयं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागशः
Okay, it's not varnayam, varnyam. Chaturvarnyam. Okay.
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागशः. Thank you,
Good.
Mali.
Next.
Rajalakshmi Bhagini.
Both the lines.
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्.
Good. Once again, one more person.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
चातुर्वर्ण्यमया सृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्.
More person, then we'll go to the meaning.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्.
Good. So we'll take slightly more time for this shloka because it's a very loaded shloka. And this lays the foundation for chapter 14 also. And then it also come in terms of the chapter 18 also when he talks about duties. So I would take some time in explaining this shloka. And in case you are able to follow it, fine. Otherwise, don't get bogged down with this. Okay. Chaturvanyam maya srishtam. We have got 4 varnas. Okay. We have got Brahmin, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. This is the fourfold classification of society. And Bhagavan says, when I created this world, not only I gave Veda, but I also ensured that there is a classification of people on 4 different buckets. One was Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Maya Srishtam. I did that. How did I do that? Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. The divisions were based on the gunas and the kind of duty they do. So Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. Based on the divisions of their traits, gunas or characteristics, and karma, whatever duties they were doing, I created 4 types of classification of the society into the 4 things that we talked about. Tasya kartaram apimam. Though I am the author of such kinds of classification of the people into 4 different varnas in the society, tasya kartaram apimam, though I am the one who did that, with the, please know that, akartaram avyayam. I am not the actual doer and I am ever changeless avyayam. Okay. One of the important things in karma yoga is that you should know that you are not the doer. The self should know that it is not the doer, the body-mind complex that is doing it. So the self is always not the doer. So here, Bhagavan says that I am an akartaram. I have not done that. I am not the doer, though I am the author of these 4 different classifications based on guna and karma. Okay, this is the meaning of the shloka. So in order to explain this shloka, which is going to help you in terms of the further things, I got few more things to be shared with you. And another thing is that it is also very important in the context that there are a lot of people who talk about Sanatana Dharma, then untouchability, a lot of things are going on in the society, a lot of unwanted talks are going on. I think once we have an understanding of this one, we'll be able to very clearly understand what is the way Sanatana Dharma has been classified. So I'll take the next 10 minutes in explaining to you. Maybe I'll go to some other document, okay? I'm stopping this and share some other document. If you're able to follow it, fine. If you're not able to follow it also, don't worry about this, okay? Try to just be it with my thing, okay? Just 1 minute, you wait for me. I'll be. Okay. So we are going to talk about division of people based on gunas. So gunas means it's a mental disposition of people based on the mental composition, maturity of an individual. Okay. And we did that in the second chapter itself, born out of Prakriti, Shlokas number 2, 27, 28, and 29. I think all of you may be aware. We said that Prakute Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Sarvashaha. The entire creation is behaving based on their own gunas. A monkey behaves like a monkey. A donkey behaves like a donkey. A lion behaves like a lion. A tree behaves like a tree. Like the same sandalwood tree will be able to provide the sandalwood smell. So all of them is born out of gunas. They all follow the nature. It's all natural. Similarly, a human being is also born out of gunas. We all have gunas. And only advantage we have as human being is that we will be, because of free will, we will be able to change the guna to some extent or to a great extent. So it is all, the gunas are born out of Prakriti. So we have done that in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So what are the gunas that we have? We have got Sattva guna, Rajo guna, and Tamo guna. So these are the three gunas that we have as per the Bhagavad Gita we studied. So what is the trait of a Sattva guna person? A Sattva guna person is known for his thinking. A person can think. He uses his mind and buddhi, mano buddhi, he can very effectively use that. A Rajoguna person is full of energy and activity. Whereas Tamoguna person is a dull guy. Inactivity is his trait. And he is totally ignorant. He is ignorant of what is God, what is nature, what is nothing. He is a very ignorant guy. That is his mental faculty. It is the mental faculty of that person is a tamas. Now, when you look at the general behavior of a Sattva Guna person, he is contemplative in nature. He can think. Now, all of you are sitting in the class. When we discuss a shloka, you start thinking about it. All highly disciplined. When we have something to be made 2:15, we have to meet, we're all there at 2:15. Then you always have some inquiry going on in the mind. You also know how to maintain shanti, keeping your mind calm and you are able to control your mind. And sama and dhamma, where you are continuously working towards mind control and sense control. We know that the sense control is very, very important in terms of personal development. So a Sattva Guna is primarily standing for these kinds of general behavior of people, and they are thinking people. The Rajoguna is primarily active people. They have got a lot of energy. They have got ambition, enthusiasm. They want to accomplish certain things. And they also will have some amount of discipline. Not that they will not have discipline. They will also have discipline. Tamaguna fellow, dull guy, not at all inactive. He keeps on sleeping. He eats some food which does not give him that mental activity for doing things. He doesn't want to do things. Doesn't want to take a book and read. Doesn't want to sit for half an hour and listen to some kind of lecture going on. Nothing. He is very dull, lethargic, lazy, ignorant, and lack of interest also in learning. That is the Tamo Guna. So this is primarily the gunas that is present, which has come to the human being also through the nature. But now, when you look at the combination, it is not that one person is only Sattva Guna, or one person is only Rajoguna, or one person is only Tamas Guna. We are a combination of all the three gunas. Okay. So one classification of person will be, he will have a predominantly a Sattva Guna, followed by Rajoguna, and least dominant of Tamaguna. So a person who is having a lot of Sattva Guna, some amount of Rajoguna, and he has got Sattva Guna is predominant characteristic. Dominant characteristic becomes Rajoguna, and least dominant characteristic becomes Tamoguna. Okay. There can be another character also, Sattva Guna, Tamo Guna, Rajo, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. But that is not possible because a person who is Sattva, who is contemplative, who is thinking, who wants to learn, he will never be idle because he cannot have a backing up of an idle nature as Sattva followed by Tamas. So Sattva followed by Tamas is not a possible combination at all. Okay, that is ruled out. So the next kind of Guna combination is Rajas followed by Tamas, Sattva followed by Tamas. So this is another combination of people. Third combination is Rajas followed by Tamas followed by Sattva. The fourth combination is Tamas followed by Rajas followed by Sattva. Okay, which is this Tamas, Rajas, Sattva combination? You can look at a baby. A baby sleeps for 18 hours a day. Then he just opens his eyes and then keeps doing something, Rajas activity, again goes to sleep, and very least amount of Sattva at the time of being a baby. So these are the guna combination. Everybody in the whole world, every human being should have a combination of all the three gunas. It is not that only one guna is there. They will have all the three guna combination, but some guna is very highly dominant. Something is just dominant, and something is not at all least dominant. That is the combination. So when you have a sattva, rajas, tamas combination, what happens to those people? They are very contemplative people, thinking people, emotionally mature, philosophers, thinkers on fundamental values, purpose of life, and all they can think. So when you have a sattva, rajas, tamas combination, they are a highly thinking people. Okay, and they are rightfully thinking dharmic, because sattva is discipline. They are very dharmic kind of people. They will be very, very good, thinking, contemplating, silent, noting everybody, taking the right decision, working for dharma, etc. The next combination is a rajas, sattva, tamas kind of a people. They are very, very active. A lot of ambition will be there, and they will also work. They are followed by rajas people, active people. They are followed by sattva. That is, dominance of sattva is also there. So they will be very disciplined people. They will be great leaders. Like Janaka can be classified as rajas sattva. I am slightly biased. Even I can say Narendra Modi is a rajas sattva tamas. Very active, great leader. The world requires a kind of leaders. And these people have respect for dharma. They also ensure that the freedom of others is taken care of. So these people are primarily great leaders, very active. They have a sattva also as a dominant factor, though not predominant factor. So they are also able to ensure the dharma is all taken care of. The next group is called rajas, tamas, sattva. Rajas is the predominant factor, and then followed by tamas. Sattva is the least, which means the thinking faculty, they put it to the end. They are either rajas or tamas maximum. So these people are ambitious. Rajas is ambitious, but not good in thinking. Will go after money, power. But when they go for money and power, they won't care about other people. A sattva person who goes after power and money will ensure that everybody is taken care of, like a leader. Because these people will be selfishly only working on them. They will go after money, they will go after everything, but they will only take care of themselves. Sometimes they also can be clever people. Okay, because sattva is at the back seat, they can also be clever, they can try to be manipulative so that they meet their own objective. So this is the third classification of people. The last one is a tamas, which is a predominant. Then some amount of rajas and sattva. Baby is the first example. But as the person grows, if he still continues to be rajas, tamas, rajas, sattva, these are all no ambition people. They don't have any ambition in life. They just whatever day comes, they go about it. Very simple employees. Companies may be a lot of people working without any enthusiasm. Simple employees. They want to do more of physical work than thinking. Dull even to make money. Opportunities are there for them to go in organization or make some investment. Even that they don't want to put their thought process. They're also very small criminals, only for basic needs. They're not big criminals because they don't have mind for big criminality. But they will do small criminals when they feel that their basic needs are met. So if these kinds of qualities are there, this is the kind of disposition of the people that you will have. Okay. So sattva, these three combinations, but everybody will have all the three combinations of gunas that you have to understand. So you need to understand which is predominant, which is dominant, which is less dominant. Now, how does the guna combination varna comes back? They say that sattva, rajas, tamas. If this combination, when Bhagavan was classifying in the Vedic age, he said they are supposed to be Brahmins. Rajas, sattva, tamas, they say Kshatriyas. Rajas, tamas, sattva, they say Vaishyas. And tamas, rajas, sattva, they say Shudras. Okay. But now this is the way they're classified in the Vedic time. But we'll try to understand this also. The sattva, rajas, tamas. Okay. This is the quality required of the disposition of an individual. Forget about Brahmin and all. A person having sattva, rajas, tamas, disposition of mind, he is the only person who can take up sannyasa. Other people cannot take up sannyasa. One. Then a person who is having, say, tamas, rajas, sattva kind of person is there. They're like a baby. The last characteristic we saw, tamas, rajas, sattva. They cannot move up the ladder without first becoming rajas, tamas, sattva, then becomes rajas, sattva, tamas, and then only they become sattva, rajas, tamas. Look at this particular graph. The last person has to first become this. Tamas, rajas, sattva guy has to first become rajas, tamas, sattva. with lot of his own initiative, then only he can further move up as Rajas, Sattva, Tamas, then only he can become Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. So this fellow is just sitting in this kind of a mental makeup and quality, he will not be able to straight away become a kind of a yogi or just a jnani. Impossible, because they have to go through this ladder in order to come up and then to be contemplative in the thought process. So this is the thing that they have talked about. Now, there has also been a lot of duties based on varnas. What they told in the Vedic society was that the Brahmin was supposed to be a teacher, officiate rituals, pray for the welfare of society, lead a very simple life, practice self-control and mind control, read Vedas and scriptures. He is a very priestly person. He is not a person supposed to be money-minded or going after money. He is supposed to only do this as his duty. A Kshatriya, for example, he is supposed to rule and protect the people, administer judiciary, law enforcement and defense, and every society required Kshatriya. Then the Vaishya was a person who was dealing in commerce and trade, wealth, farms, agriculture, etc., making things available to people. But there were also people who were greedy. Those people will come under the other classification of Vaishyas. But there could be a lot of Vaishyas who can also be very, very fair in the kind of business that they do. The last one, they only provide physical support in the society. He is able to provide his body and the strength only in terms of doing things. They are okay to serve other people. They do not want to think, and they've got a very high level of ignorance of nature, God, all those things. They've got a very high level of ignorance. So now, when you have a Brahmin who is doing duty for money or fame, his mental maturity straight away becomes Rajas, because he is looking for fame and doing them. So Rajas, followed by Sattva because he has studied, and then Tamas. Then when the Guna is going to be Rajas, Sattva, Tamas, though he may be a Brahmin, he has to be classified as a Vaishya only. In our Vedic society, they were telling that if the person has got a good Sattva, but he is only going to go after money or power or fame, though he might have gone as a Brahmin, he is to be classified as a Vaishya only. That's what a Vedic thing was talking about. And then, irrespective of the Varna, when an individual does the job assigned to that Varna with a Karma Yoga attitude, like a Brahmin does the job of a Brahmin because he has got to do that, that is his duty, then that's a Karma Yoga attitude. A Kshatriya like Arjuna or Janaka does the duty because his duty is only to that, of taking care of the people, and there's nothing, no self-interest, nothing, etc., then he is also a Karma Yoga. A Vaishya feels that his responsibility is only to ensure that he has got to make things available for the people in the society, then he will also be a person of Karma Yoga. Okay. But these people all have some level of sattva available in them, so they can move up in terms of their knowledge of spiritual knowledge. But the last category, they may be praying God, etc., but they have to do a lot of work in terms of really elevating themselves. So if you look at our various kinds of gunas and then the responsibilities and the varnas, we should not get confused that somebody is born as a Brahmin does not mean that he is a Brahmin, because if you are having a Rajas attitude, guna with you, and you are going to have a tamas also followed by that, then you cannot even be a Kshatriya. Okay. And you cannot be classified as a Brahmin, because gunas only drive the maturity. The gunas is maturity of the person, is only responsible in terms of who he is and how he can go up the ladder of coming up in terms of understanding the God. Okay. But in the olden societies, they made this classification because they felt that they were all following the social classifications, and then they were able to pass it on. The Kshatriya will be able to make his son also a warrior. And then as a family tradition, they were all following it up. And then they were all managing the entire thing without any selfishness to take care of society. So that time, everybody was doing Karma Yoga. Otherwise, this kind of classification is purely for the sustenance of the society, and not to say that somebody is good or somebody is bad. It is primarily a classification of society based on mental maturity and capability and the attitude, the gunas. Only decide what a person is. And only when a person has got, so you may have to perhaps not very much worry about Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, etc. We may have to only think about Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. What is the kind of guna that I need to cultivate in order that I will be able to move further in my life? Forget about its varnas. Varnas were created long years ago by Bhagavad, because each one was given a kind of hierarchical responsibility. But we need to be very, very clear that we should focus on Sattva Guna to the highest, followed by Rajoguna, followed by Tamoguna, so that we are able, and then do the responsibility in attitude of Karma Yoga, then only we'll be able to achieve a kind of moksha or liberation from this particular world. Okay, so I just thought I should explain this particular thing to you. In case it is slightly too much, please excuse me. I just thought it is essential that we need to share this. Is this visible now?
No, Mahodaya.
Is it visible now?
No, Mahodaya, it's not.
Screen is not visible?
No, no.
Oh.
Yes, it's visible now, Mahodaya.
Okay. So in this particular shloka, he was telling that the four varnas were created by me based on guna, karma, vibhagashaha, differentiation of the gunas and the response duty that they have to do. Though I was the author of this, please know that I am not actually I am a non-doer of that. That's what he says. And when you look at it from the four varnas perspective, if you look at even the hierarchy in a monarchy like England and all, they used to have royalty, then we have nobility, then wealth, and then poverty. These four classifications there. Even in Indian society, we say upper class, upper middle class, lower class. So this is all four ways of classification. Now they are doing it based on the economic capability. They are doing it, and in the case of British and all, they were doing it primarily based on how the person is close to royalty, aristocracy, nobility, like that. So it is because it's a kind of a different kind of a structure. But most of the societies, they have been classifying their people under four kinds of classification. But Bhagavan has done it even at the time of creation of the world, so that these four classifications will be able to sustain the human beings in terms of managing the entire responsibilities for good for everybody. Okay. And we will be discussing more about these gunas, etc., in the subsequent chapters. But we have to be very clear that sattva, rajas is very, very important in terms of our growth. Either it can be rajas backed up by sattva or sattva backed up by rajas. These two things are very, very important. Sattva backed up by rajas, a person can even go to the level of sannyasi, whereas rajas backed up by sattva to all of us, we will also be in a position to start getting into karma yoga in a very, very objective manner and understand the purpose of life and then move up in terms of liberation or understanding who we are. Okay, now we'll go to next shloka.
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Namam karmani limpanti.
Namam karmani limpanti. Namam karmani limpanti.
Name karma pale spruha.
Name karma phale spruha. Name karma phale spruha.
Namam karmani limpanti. Name karma pale spruha.
Namam karmani limpanti. Name karma phale spruha. Namam karmani limpanti. Name karma phale spruha.
Next.
Veena Fanishri Bhagini.
Yes, Mahodaya.
Iti mayo vijanati.
Iti mayo vijanati. Iti mayo vijanati.
Karma birna sabhadyate.
Karma binda sabhadyate. Karma binda sabhadyate.
इति मायो बीजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते
इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स भज्यते इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स भज्यते.
नेक्स्ट
मृणालिनी गोपालन् भगिनी.
अस्तु भगिनि.
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा.
Good. Next.
उषा श्रीनिवासन् भगिनी.
इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते
इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते.
Next.
ललिता रामचन्द्रन् भगिनी.
यस् महोदय.
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा.
Next.
कृष्ण पावनी भगिनी.
इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते
इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते.
Next.
राजलक्ष्मी भगिनी.
First line 2 times.
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा.
Good. Next.
लक्ष्मी बीबी भगिनी.
यस्. इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते.
Good. Next.
श्रीमती भगिनी.
The 2 lines.
Yes, ma'am. न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते.
Good. Next.
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर भगिनी.
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते.
Good. Next.
साई लक्ष्मी भगिनी.
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते.
Good. Next.
शारदा राजन भगिनी.
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा.
Go ahead. Next line.
कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते.
Okay. Next. One more person.
श्रीलक्ष्मी HR भगिनी.
न मा कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा इति मायोऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते.
So in this particular shlokas, last few shlokas, Bhagavan is talking about things after his avatara. When does he take avatara? Why he took avatara? And then he also said how he had created various things, how he created the four varnas, etc. Guna, karma, vibhagashaha. And he was telling with all those things, if you look at that way, creation is a karma. He has done a creation, which is an action. So they all created. Then he has also made these four divisions of these things. So when he is establishing dharma, he is doing a lot of karma. So the question arises, Lord is doing so many things and he says that I am an akarta. In the previous sloka, he said that Tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. Understand that I am not the doer. He says that. So why is he continuously insisting on that is that we need to develop the attitude of non-doership. Okay. And for that, what Bhagavan is telling in this sloka is this, Namang karmani limpanti. Whatever karma I do does not get attached to me. Limpanti affect me. Yeah. So Namang karma, whatever actions I do does not affect me. Because whenever we do action, we have something in mind. I am doing this action because of A, B, C, D reasons, or maybe I need to get this kind of a result. So we do the action. So the actions that we do definitely affect us. But Bhagavan says, whatever I have done, na karmani na limpanti mam. Whatever actions I do does not affect me. And name karma phale spruha. I do not crave for the results of action, for karma phala. Neither I am affected by the actions I do, nor I am craving for the karma phalas. So he is very clear. He is having only kartavyam. Okay. He does not have the kartavyam is what? I need to do this, I am doing this. That's it. It does not affect me. Like somebody is doing a seva, they go in the morning at 9 o'clock to a hospital and do a lot of seva to take care of patients. They give them food, they give them a lot of things. Sai Seva Samiti is doing a very big job in Pune city. Every Sunday they go there in the morning at 9 o'clock to a very big general hospital, Sassoon Hospital, and they do this seva. They have no expectation, nothing. They just want to do a service. So they are doing action, but the action does not affect them. Nor they are looking for, craving for the results of action. They come back with the inner satisfaction, that's it. But they are not looking for results. So Bhagavan says, whatever I do, namang karmani limpanti, that does not affect me, nor I am doing any action because I am looking for some results of those actions. Karma phale spruha na me, karma phale na spruha. I don't have any attachment or craving for the results of action. And itimam yo abhijanati, those people who are able to see me like this and very clearly, abhijanati means very clearly they see me like this, they are karma bihi na sabhidyate. They may be in action, karma bihi na sabhadyate. Saha, those people na badhyate. They never get bound with whatever they are doing. So he is now telling the tips of karma yoga. He says that you have to do kartabjam, he has got to do. But do not have the attitude of kartrutvam. I am the doer. I did this. There are a lot of people, even at the age of 70, when you go and talk to them, they say, I did this in my office. I did this. I opened this. I only promoted him. I only got him a job. I. They feel that they have done so much. Okay. So what happens is that they have to always talk like that. So what happens is they are getting bound. Whatever action they have done, they are getting bound by that action. He says that whatever these people, there's no doership. There's only kartavyam. I was supposed to do it. I have done that. Neither I am bothered about the doership, kartrutvam, nor bhoktrutvam, enjoying the fruits of action. Both of them, I am not in for the game. Karma phale naspruha. I am not craving for the karma phala. So this is the attitude that Bhagavan says that when I created the universe and when I created everybody, this is the attitude with which I did. And those people who are able to understand me like that, who can understand like that? Only karma yogis. So only those kinds of karma yogis who also think that kartrutvam is not to be looked into. Kartavyam is important. Bhoktrutvam and kartrutvam should be avoided. Though they do everything, what should be done will be done. So those people will not be bound, though they will be in action. Karma bihi na badhyate. though they are in action, they are not going to be bound by it. They are not going to be getting the results of that as papas and punyas, and they will not be determining the actions because of ragas and dveshas, because they are doing it because they have to do it. So that is what he says. And he sets an example himself, telling him that Namam Karmani Limpanti. Okay. So I think I've taken only 3 shlokas today, doesn't matter. So I think I'll close with this shloka and we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Kamshantah karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataha Shipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja Chaturvarnyam maya srushtam gunakarma vibhagashah tasya kartaramapi mam vidyakartaramauvyayam namang karmani limpanti name karma pale spruha iti mayo bijanati karma bhirna sabhadyate Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om